Whatever happened to the ska music movement?
It died.
Yeah, but that's the intro. I'm like, I think of that song, the Mighty Mighty Boss Tone. I never had to knock on wood.
Okay, you sound like Cookie Monster.
I need cookies. Yeah, I was thinking about that yesterday. I was like, what happened to the ska movement? With fucking Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, and then what was it? Real Big Fish.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It just disappeared. I guess
it was a big deal.
People were that pop and rap stuff in the 90s and 2000s got so big, there wasn't room for everything. So I think it just died off.
Oh, Cherry Poppin' Daddies. That's what I was thinking. You remember Cherry Poppin' Daddies?
Yes.
Suit Riot. Yeah, that was a big deal when I was in school. All the kids were getting hip with the 1920s again.
Yeah, I like funk music. That's why I'm digging that the Invisible Cartoons, the Chris's band, because it's got that. It kind of reminds me of like George Clinton, and do you remember that band? They did The Groove Is in the Heart.
Oh yeah, T-Light.
Yeah, Invisible Cartoons reminds me of the funk music. I really like funk music. So
hey, our buddy Tyree's in the chat. What the hell, Big Bad Voodoo Daddies? Yeah, I remember all those, dude. But anyway, let's get to it. This is the Morning Brew, Ne'er-Do-Well's Morning Brew, to be exact. I'm joined by Grandpa the Nerd, aka Paul, aka Heavy Metal Andy Rooney. What's going on, buddy?
Not much. Just chilling, waking up,
getting ready for another Sunday.
Yes.
Oh, man. So much shit has gone on, and so much to talk about. So, first off, I don't know if you've been keeping up with it. We got another Johnny Depp trial thing, but this Gwyneth Paltrow thing with the ski incident. Have you kept up with this at all?
No, I haven't heard about this. Oh. Wait, I think I caught a tail end of it yesterday where she felt she was sexually assaulted from a ski accident.
Okay, so this guy, I'll read it. Paltrow, she's been sued by the 76-year-old Terry Sanderson for $300,000. Audio listeners couldn't see my little pinky thing like a Dr. Evil. But anyway, so he's suing her because he feels like he's got some brain damage or head damage or something. I don't know. But anyway, I guess she claimed Friday that Sanderson had run into her from behind. What was he doing? Was he doing like a spread eagle thing? Like, whoa, like one of those old 80s comedies. He just rams her right in the ass. Oh, okay. Anyway, ran into her from behind while skiing, and she was confused by the collision, and she wondered whether someone was doing something perverted when she felt a body pressing into her, or bow, wow, wow. Anyway, Paltrow and Sanderson then fell to the ground as their skis became entangled. This does sound sexy. colliding with Gwyneth Paltrow. What's going on, baby girl? And getting the skis tangled. This sounds like a penthouse forum. Yeah. Paltrow claims before Paltrow pushed away, yelled at him. Paltrow said then she skied down the mountain to meet her children and then boyfriend Brad Falchuk for lunch. Well, I guess she wasn't that disturbed. She went for lunch.
Yeah, I know.
Oh. So anyway, noting she felt discomfort in her right knee and pain in her back. Lance Buller, I can't even announce these fucking last names. They're crazy. One of Sanderson's attorneys said previously that Paltrow had turned around and looked for her children before crashing into Sanderson. who said he broke his ribs and suffered permanent brain damage. Okay. So, porn writer couldn't do this justice. You're right, sir. You're totally right. Oh my God. Just pay the guy. Here's my take on it. I think she was a total freaking bitch about it. Like, she's just a total bitch about it. And he was like, oh yeah, I'll show you. Because there's nowhere mentioning that anybody took an ambulance ride anywhere. Like, he was, I mean, come on. I ran into Gwyneth Paltrow. We got to tangle with her and get the skis all tangled. Snowy banks.
As we laid down in the snow, I caressed her skis, and I slowly spread her skis open, and then we got entangled in her skis. There you go. 50 Shades, fuck you.
50 Shades of Snow. Oh my God. These people, man. It's insanity. But yeah, everybody's all watching the trial. I'm not even watching the trial. I'm just reading it. And you know what? Reading it is just as good. It's just as funny. It's funny to me. Like, she could have easily just paid this dude off and been done with it. But it turned into a big circus now. He's probably like, oh, well, I'm hurt. And he was like, now she's trying. It's kind of like what celebrities do now, where they try to project themselves as a victim, even though they're the ones that fucked up. Mm-hmm. Prime example, Will Smith thing. He felt hurt by Chris Rock's stand-up. You're the one that walked up, bitch slapped him in front of the whole world. And now I'm a victim too. I'm a victim. No, you're not. Like, what the hell is going on here?
The only thing he's a victim of is being pussy whipped.
Exactly.
And she's in charge. So yeah.
Well, I mean, we're married men. We can't really fucking throw stones at him too hard. But I'm just saying,
my wife would never treat me like she treats him, though. I mean, that's above and beyond.
Like, sit down and have an interview with you after she's banging a guy and it's like, how do you feel about that? Cody Robinson's here too, another near do well. Good morning, sir. But yeah, I just, these celebrities, they don't want to take, responsibility for their wrongdoings. You could, instead of saying, yeah, I'm sorry I did it, but this also is why I did it. And it's like, no, you don't get that. You don't get that, especially if you attack someone, or especially if you're the one just standing around on a ski mountain and people are coming down the hill. I mean, move your ass out of the way.
Yeah. I think the only celebrity that comes to mind that probably would bend over backwards and admit guilt for something will probably be Keanu. He'd probably, if he actually rear-ended you in this car, he'd probably take you to the hospital himself, pay your medical bill. He seems like the kind of guy that would be like, it's all my fault. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Paying attention.
My bad, but there again, Keanu's not your regular celebrity. He's just a guy that's made badass movies, and you can tell he's humble. That's what the problem is with all these other people, is everybody's around him 24/7 kissing their ass and telling them they could do no wrong. And then when they do wrong, they feel like they need to play the victim as well as, what they caused the problem.
Uh-oh.
All right. Hey, there's Ken. All right. Ken. Good morning, guys. Film Zombie Rage Day. Hell yeah, dude. I am looking forward to that one. He's just doing some shit right there.
He put in the Zombie Rage group for the movie, the group page. Mm-hmm. He's getting ready to release the movie poster soon, to the fans to get to see it. So
hell yeah,
forward to that, because that trailer, man, I love that trailer. I can't get enough of that damn trailer.
I know, and you're gonna tell him, hurry up before I die. Like, I need to see this.
I got like I said, I've been vaccinated. Hurry up, my days are numbered.
You know what? Since the man himself is in here, I got to do a shameless plug. B Movie TV. Go check it out on Roku and look over here. Look what I got for you, Paul. The music from it with Paul on B Movie TV. Get after it.
That's right.
If you're not B Movie TV yet, I don't know what to say. I've been preaching it for God as long as I've been doing podcasting. So download it, goddamn it. Anyway,
and that's the thing. When I first found B Movie TV, that was the first thing that attracted me to it. Was you get like 1 or 2 ads before the movie, and that's it. He doesn't interrupt the movie. It's like, man, it's enjoyable. Can't I don't know if you're not watching it. There's something wrong with you.
I concur to that. Did you see this other news story? Speaking of other news stories, golly, so much shit, dude. I'll tell you. We'll never run out of content.
No.
But did you see this? Rapper Tekashi 69 attacked, or 6ix9ine, sorry, attacked in Florida gym. Now, I saw the video to this, and it's pretty brutal, but this guy deserves it. He's a sexual predator. He's talked shit. He ratted people out. I'm surprised it hadn't happened already. But did you see any of this?
No, when he did all that trial thing, I thought for sure he was going to get whacked. I don't know, if the gangs are getting soft or it was just too obvious. But yeah, I thought for sure he'd get whacked.
I want to say it was like maybe 2 years ago. He was going to do a concert in San Antonio, which is like an hour from me. And like all the gangs there, like one of the gangs there, like, don't you come here. Like, don't, we'll find you. So, yeah, apparently he got hospitalized. It says Tekashi 6ix9ine Rainbow Mouth was hospitalized after a group of men assaulted him inside a South Florida gym on Tuesday. And these guys didn't look like gang members. They looked like they worked for Tony Soprano. I get this 69 guy, Jesus Christ, beat his ass, and yeah, he was assaulted in there. The 26-year-old rapper, real name Daniel Hernandez, sustained non-life-threatening injuries to his face. Several individuals ambushed and attacked him in an LA Fitness. I don't know if I would want to get my ass kicked in an LA Fitness. Like I want a manlier gym. like what's that other one? I forget. Gold's, like a Gold's gym. Like I don't know.
I mean, he could. I mean, YMCA wouldn't be too bad. I got beat up in a YMCA.
That's where guys that look like you get in altercations. He stole my wallet. No, yeah, at YMCA that would just be worse. I think I prefer LA Fitness ass whooping in the bathroom than in the YMCA. That's just my preference.
When you're at YMCA, make sure before you call somebody out, you're like, young man, you got to do that first.
I'm gonna fight you in the bathroom. I said, young man. So, and like I told you, these guys look like most of them were like complected. I was thinking like a bunch of freaking like gang members were gonna, because I think he's a blood. So I was like Crips, in there kicking in house. But no, they look like work for Tony Soprano. Anyway, the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office confirmed this story. The perpetrator fled after employees were made aware of the disturbance. and 69 was transported via ambulance to local hospital. It's unclear if he is still hospitalized. The motive behind the assault is also unclear. He's talked so much shit over the years. Of course, it's going to be unclear. And the rapper's attorney, Lance,
next time you'll spot that motherfucker when he asks, won't you?
Hurry up, some rainbow-looking dude getting beat up in the bathroom. Anyway, his lawyer didn't respond, and anyway, like, who gives a shit? Like, this guy's a piece of shit. I don't feel bad for him. I don't. I couldn't think of a better person to happen to, because, like I said, he's a sexual predator. He's been in trouble for being around underage girls. He's just a scumbag human being, and you know what? Whoever kicked his ass, good on you. You know.
Oh yeah,
they throw him around like a little bitch too in the video. And I wanted to play the video, but I know how YouTube is, because the inciting violence and all that. So I just want to avoid videos getting flagged. But yeah, I thought it was interesting. I thought someone finally did.
Check it out.
They did it. Yeah, we'll definitely. I'll send the link. I'll send you the link. And this next segment was born out of my stupid idea for a ripoff of Cocaine Bear. It's No Brain President. Well, now it's a segment. So here we go. Frightening. It's so frightening.
I want to go this way. No, I want to go this way.
Yeah.
Okay, you go wherever you want to go. Just
where's his handler? Where's the Easter Bunny when you need him? This week he had a speech. I guess that's what you can call it. Every time I hear him speak, I feel like that guy on Billy Madison, where he's like, and everybody in the audience is dumber for having to listen to it. This is pretty much how I feel anytime he does anything. But here's a clip of one of his latest speeches. So here you go.
Richard Blanco returned to a poem he wrote from the second inaugural of Barack and me. A poem, one today. It says, "And always one moon like a silent drum tapping at every rooftop and every window on every country. Let me start this over again. I'm getting so intimidated by you being here. And always one moon like a silent drum tapping on every rooftop and every window of one county. All of us facing the stars. Hope, a new constellation waiting for us to map it, waiting for us to name it together."
Okay. Did you get that?
For one, I wish he hadn't started over. And two, it went far too long. I was, hurry up, Poe. Just make that clip shorter there, buddy. I was, that's terrible.
That was the thing. I was going to, but then you got to get the full effect of, like, mainly it was confession time here. I didn't understand him, so I was hoping someone would and tell me what he was talking about.
I can only imagine. I watched West Wing, so I'm sure it was pretty close to what goes on there. And I just picture these speechwriters. So what do you want to do this week? I don't fucking care what we do. He's gonna mess it up, so it doesn't matter. You could write anything on there. 1, 2, buckle my shoe. 3, 4, and he'll just still mess it up. So what difference does it make?
Yeah. I actually also watched what was it, the environmental summit that he did. He was doing a speech with Trudeau, or a conference with Trudeau, and I was sitting there listening to both of them talk. And Biden clearly has this big old freaking earpiece in, and I guess they were feeding him his lines or whatever, which he has to have. The guy can't read and talk at the same time. He has to be, you have to control him like that. And so he came out a lot clearer, and you could hear him. And all the stuff both those idiots were saying were just so contradicting from what they were saying 2 years ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was pathetic, and there was one part in the speech I wanted to pull it for this, but I decided to go with this one. But he was like, and I'm being told I've been talking too long and we got to go to dinner. And everybody laughed. I'm like, what? Who cares if you're going to go eat? Like,
maybe he should have gone to bed.
Yes.
It's bedtime, Mr. President. Oh, okay.
Mr. President, it's time for your nap. Jesus Christ. This guy. Yeah, so that right there, that was something. And I know we're getting closer to all this stuff, going on with the elections and everybody's backing certain people. It's just, I don't think we have anybody that's going to be worth a shit on either side running. I really don't.
Well, if it's a repeat of the last election, no, then there's not. The Republicans need to find somebody that they can put up there. That my whole thing with the Republican Party is a lot of them aren't moving forward. You can still have your values, but move forward. Be a little bit more open to things. I'm not telling them to get rid of all their beliefs, but be a little open to something. And that would help get a younger crowd, because I'm sure there's some younger people out there who are staying away from the party for certain reasons. But they would be willing to, because I have, like I said, both sides make sense to me sometimes. And then both sides make absolutely no sense to me sometimes. It's like they're making, they need to start. They don't need to be as progressive as the Democrats, but they need to change a little bit, be a little open to certain things, maybe not get 100% on board with an environment stuff, but, maybe adopt some of it. I'm just saying, I'm not, I'm just saying they need to be a little more open, because eventually all these older people, like me and stuff we die. And, if there's not enough people, the party will die when all the elders and stuff die. So they need to start, trying to really listen to the young Republicans, see what they want to, quit listening. As much as I don't like to listen to Nancy Pelosi, they shouldn't be listening to Mitch McConnell either. So, it's like, you gotta it's give and take, but right now it's terrible. They both need to come up with better people.
I'd rather listen to Mitch than Nancy Pelosi anyway. I mean, that's just my opinion. Yeah, I'm not saying the guy is like 100% perfect, but at least I can stand to listen to him, not her. And I think the reason I don't, and I should be this way, but sometimes I don't listen to them because of all the shit that went on, all the stuff that went on, to where, they made me and you stay inside, and they were out having fancy dinners still with no mask on, and it's, it's just the hypocrisy of it. And I think they're trying to gain ground again. And judging from what I'm seeing, they're trying to, instead of saying get rid of, fracking and everything in the oil industry, now they're kind of a little bit, looser on the strings a little bit. And I know why, because they want to get back in.
Right.
But speaking of all this stuff that's going on, with the politics and everything, the TikTok, did you see the, and I'm not sneezing, Shuzi Chu? Shuzi Chu. He testified before Congress as it floats a ban. I watched some of that, actually. I was interested to hear it, because I was very interested in the Twitter files, which the Twitter files, yes, it was long and boring, but here, let's do the Cliff Notes version of it. The government was spying on you.
Right.
And Twitter was pushing just one agenda, not both, to where you can make a decision. They wanted to make that decision for you. But anyway, so TikTok, he was up there, and anyway, the Chu Chu is testifying before Congress in defense of popular social media app. Momentum grows on Capitol Hill to outright ban the app over national security concerns. Lawmakers have been growing increasingly concerned over the app's parent company, ByteDance, due to its ties to the Chinese government. So that's what basically is going on right now. Is now they're saying they are not sharing personal data with the Chinese government, as opposed, when they asked him that question, he was like, well, not kind of he worded in a way kind of like, not anymore. We're not doing that anymore. Like he's the new face of it,
That's my thing though. If I have to go by what he says. If he says, "Hey, we're not sharing information with the Chinese government," I have to believe him. But on the other hand, if the Chinese government called and said, "Hey, we want all your personal information," there's no way in fucking hell that guy is going to be like, I don't think so. You're the Chinese. Yeah. You're a Chinese company. If they tell you to do something, you're going to do it. So even if they're not sharing it now, if they asked, he's going to. So you might as well. I'd hate to see anything banned. I mean, if they think it's a danger, then, it's a danger. You can't even, if you have a government phone, you can't even have TikTok on it. You can get in trouble for having it. So, because he did that executive order where the employees of the government can't have it. I mean, I don't know. It's like, I mean, what's to stop Facebook from selling our information to, Poland or something? You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
A spoiler alert, they've been doing it.
See, so I don't understand, I don't know. It's one of those things where I say buyer beware. If TikTok's a Chinese company and there's a chance one day they could go in there and get all that information and you still use it, well then, I mean, I don't care if China knows about me. I mean, if they, I'll show them my search history. That's fine. They won't like it. Well, maybe some of them will, but they won't like it. So, I don't understand. I expect, I'm sure they get information somewhat. I'm sure. I mean, it's China. I ain't trying to be mean to them, but they're a communist country. If they want something from one of their companies, they're going to get it regardless. So, I don't know what the answer is though. I mean, I don't, we start banning things. It's, get McCarthy back and we'll start having some more hearings. I don't know.
I think what it comes down to is if our government doesn't have some sort of control in any way, then they're going to destroy it. They're going to destroy it. And I think that's part of it. I'm not a big fan of TikTok. I do go on there, and the videos I have, it's pretty much just like viral videos and, stupid stuff going on. And one of the arguments was, China has a TikTok like app. They don't have TikTok. They have a TikTok like app, but it's all educational stuff. And I'm sorry, you live in America, the educational stuff. If you're not going to go look for it, you're not going, you know what I mean? Like TikTok's more like, we're more about, let's have fun and let's do something and let's watch someone get hurt off a four-wheel, some stupid crap. I mean, that's just us. That's why America's Funniest Home Videos is still around, because that's just how our personalities are. We grew up on that stuff. But as far as like banning it and then, they're putting them through all this hell, and it's like, okay, I get you, but why don't you have Mark Zuckerberg up there? Because his app has done the same thing forever. They have shared every bit of information, and any kind of search you do on your phone, even talking to you, we're in the same room, and I'm saying, Paul, I'm thinking about getting an electric lawnmower or something, and you're like, yeah, that's gas prices and all that, and then I go on Facebook, and in the freaking ads, there's something for electric mowers or whatever we were talking about. So Facebook has been doing the same shit.
Yeah.
That's what pisses me off about the whole TikTok thing. Yes, it's popular. The kids love it. And sorry, Facebook, you're kind of like Blockbuster. You were late to the game,
And I actually, at the end of the day, if China got all the information from my TikTok, I don't know what they're going to get from me that's detrimental to the national security. I don't have any security clearance. I don't think the recipes. Yeah, it's a good recipe that I found on TikTok, and it's stored in my. It's like, I don't know what our government's afraid of. I get government employees' phones. I get it, but there's nothing in this phone that's gonna. Nothing at all that's gonna help the Chinese people overtake our government. And if there is, I need to know so I can use that power for myself here. You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
No, it's true. I just. Watching it, I wanted to bring it up today because watching it, I was just sitting there like, okay, this other company's been doing it forever. How come we're not talking to them? and then they're freaking everybody out, and all these parents are like, "Oh my god!" And it's like, you've had a Facebook forever. Like anything you don't want to get out, it's already out. It's already done. They have everything.
Americans now have a short memory span. Because just right after the election, there was that whole thing where Facebook was selling our information to that UK company without our permission. But people have forgotten that. It's like, everybody wants to jump on, yeah. I don't really want sometimes it pays. I'm not going to lie. There's been sometimes I've been scrolling through my phone and I'll get an ad. I'll be like, holy crap. And I'll look at it and I'll end up buying it. And I'll be like, oh, that was cool. Sometimes I'm okay with the catering of ads to me, but only through Google searches or, through the website itself, because you're right. We ordered something for my daughter way many months ago and it finally came yesterday. But 2 days ago, my wife and I were on the couch and she whispered to me, yeah, that YouTube's thing. I think that's what it is. And she said the very next day she had YouTube's ads on her Facebook page. And she was like, that's creepy. Wow. I said, they listen. And you can't, the only way to stop it is to not give them access to the mic. But if you don't give them access to the mic, the first time someone calls you on Messenger, you can't talk to them because it's all linked. So if you really feel unsafe, you got to turn it off. That's the only way to just turn the damn thing completely off. But your TV listens to you now. You know what I mean? They're all listening.
They all do. It's all over the place now. But anyway, yeah, I thought that was worth bringing up. Now to some of my favorite stuff. I'll do a palate cleanser. Okay, enough politic shit. Okay, so we're gonna go to apparently this happened. Zebra runs loose on busy streets for 3 hours after escaping from a zoo. That looks like it's in China.
He's looking for his gum.
My god! Did he escape in the back of a restaurant? Oh no, zebra today. So a 2-year-old zebra escaped from a zoo in Seoul. Oh, it's South Korea, and spent the next 3 hours wandering around the city. I didn't know South Korea had zebras. The zebra named Sero broke free from the Seoul Children's Grand Park Zoo Thursday afternoon. And as you can imagine, there's so many photos of this freaking zebra. Oh, he broke wooden fence. He broke wooden fences. It shows him all over the city.
Surprised a zebra didn't steal any Kias.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, so a zebra has escaped. I feel like Anchorman over here. Panda Watch. Yeah, so a zebra escaped. Here's something else interesting that I thought was stupid, and why are we still talking about it? But Florida principal forced to resign after showing students Michelangelo's statue.
I don't know why they would. It's a statue of a guy with the world's smallest pecker. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's not like he's Mandingo or something. It's not.
It's like it's like I don't. I personally don't see anything wrong with a statue like that. Just I've seen some statues of old Lady Justice with one tit hanging out, and so I don't know why. Who cares?
What? But I'm just confused because it's centuries old. And it's been used in cartoons. It's been on TV shows. Just because it's right there, anyway. Yeah, this was surprisingly, it was in Tallahassee, Florida. He was forced to resign as a Renaissance art lesson included a section on Michelangelo's sculpture of the Bible's David, which one parent described as pornographic. What kind of pornos is this parent watching? Oh my God, that's a flaccid little tiny turtle pee-pee. That's not pornographic.
I know. It's like I don't know. Yeah, if that's porn, then I hope to God they don't have the internet.
My God, she had to shield her face with her Bible so she could see his pecker. So this poor principal, she had to step down. She stepped down Monday during an emergency board meeting. She was appointed to the position less than a year ago. The school board's chair, Barney Bishop, told her she could either quit or be fired, but gave no reason for the ultimatum. She told the newspaper that she believes it was because of the art lesson, saying, "It saddens me that my time here had to end this way." I mean, if it's an art class, she didn't was it in front of kindergartners? I mean, I don't get it. Like, I really don't. Very judgmental on David. Yes, I mean, come on, people. Jesus. We're going backwards. We're going back.
Yes, we are.
So I guess would the parents be okay if David you still see the penis, but he had a pair of tits on and a blonde wig? Would that be fine? I mean, where are we going with?
I don't know, man. A statue of Stormy Daniels maybe would be okay.
Now that's pornography.
Yeah. See, that's the difference. Whoever those parents are, Stormy is porn. David is historic education.
A statue of Stormy Daniels' mouth is like
Cheeto dust on her lips.
Spray tan stains around her lips. Hey, that's a good book. That's a good book title. Spray tan stain around my lips. The Stormy Daniels presidential scandal.
It was a very good gina. It was an expensive gina, but it was a gina nonetheless.
God damn. Come on, people. It's a work of freaking art, man. It's lasted through I don't know how many wars and everything. Like, just be glad it still exists.
Yeah.
Like the original still exists. What were you gonna say?
I said it's Florida. What do we expect?
I just don't get it, man. I don't. I saw that and I'm like, really? In 2023? Okay.
Now, to be all fair, here in Wisconsin, we've got some people like that too. So it's just, there's a lot of weird people sprinkled throughout this nation.
Yeah. Well, and half the people that are complaining about it, if they read the Bible's full of like all the violence, nudity, sex, everything. Except you read about it. It's not, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's not right there in front of your face, but it's like, there it is. It's a statue. Some guy posed for it like a long time ago. But anyway, I thought that was ridiculous. Speaking of ridiculous, I saw this. Tommy Wiseau's trailer for Big Shock, his follow-up film to The Room. I hope that's not a still from the movie.
It is. That's from the trailer. Yeah, the shark coming. Yeah, that's in the trailer.
What does he come out? He goes, "Oh, hi, shark."
I didn't eat her. I didn't eat her.
Oh, I did not. Oh, hi, shark.
Okay, I'm gonna confess right now. I think I loved The Room. I thought it was the best piece of shit I've ever seen in my life. I love it, and I look forward to this movie. There's just something about Tommy Wiseau that, like, it's like you can't look away. You just can't.
It's kind of like Neil Breen, and if people don't know who Neil Breen is, go to YouTube or whatever and look up videos of trailers for his movie, because this guy, I don't know. I think Neil Breen is a little bit better than Tommy Wiseau, because Neil Breen comes out with a movie. I mean, he has a big catalog of movies. So,
but what if they did a movie together?
Oh my God! Worlds collide. I can't believe he's coming out with another movie. I guess he's like, oh, all right, well, I'm going to do a shark movie. Like everybody else is doing animal movies. We already covered that in the last episode, talking about how drugs are the new Amityville mixed with the. Go ahead.
I will say this about the trailer, though. If you haven't seen it, it's not that it's pretty bad, and I'm pretty sure he should have paid Morgan to do his 3D effects, because you saw that picture in the still. They're bad. It kind of remind me of that movie, The Birds. Remember that the ones where yeah. It looks like the same guy who did Birdemic. So yeah, so it's gonna be, who knows? I mean, this is all Sci-Fi and Asylum's fault. If they never came out with Sharknado,
Well, at least Sharknado didn't look that bad. I mean, that's terrible. Let's go. What the, what is going on here? The guy doesn't even look scared that's in the front. And the other guy just has his arms up and the shark has its mouth open. Of course, clearly, it's CGI.
I would hope so.
I know. Well, I mean, I know the Meg was CGI, but at least, it looks scary and shit. This thing looks horrible. But good on him that he did it. Good for Tom.
I don't know where he got the money, though, because he can't be, I think I read somewhere once he's actually independently wealthy. He came from money, so I think he's like loaded. That's why he indulges himself in, the kind of stuff he does. So I think he's rich, but I mean, I like him. He's not I've never seen him in, in trouble or in court. So I guess he's not a bad dude. I don't consider him a real celebrity, though. He's more of a pop culture icon, you know what I mean, than a celebrity. He's a living meme.
Oh, well, at least he's doing something. He's not in trouble or anything. He's not skiing down hills and being sexually assaulted. Anyway,
rubbing skis with other ladies.
Rubbing skis. The Gwyneth Paltrow story.
Oh, yes. That's it right there. You nailed it. That's perfect. That's gonna be her. That'll be her autobiography. Rubbing skis.
Oh my god, that's funny.
I wonder if do you put sex wax on your skis like you do your surfboard? I mean,
I think I don't know, unless you want to do a Sonny Bono, baby. I don't know. Maybe that's what he did.
I don't ski, so I don't know nothing about that. So
yeah, me neither. I know what you're talking about, though. Some people don't know what sex wax is, and if you don't, then you don't know someone that surfs or whatever, and that's what it's called. Even though that did make it sound more erotic. Yeah. I put the sex wax on my skis. I ran crotch first right into her ass. Jesus. kind of like Goopy's like, whoa! Of course. Sorry, my penis hit your butt.
I didn't mean to ski with an erection today, but
I just get so excited when I ski. Oh, Joey, you're missing out on a good one.
Maybe if Sonny Bono had been skiing with a hard on, he would have broke his pecker, not his neck. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Got stuck in a knot in a tree. Oh, poor Sonny Bono. Anyway, so I was going through Netflix and I saw that this cartoon show, Agent Elvis. I don't know if you've seen it.
What the hell?
But it has Matthew McConaughey as Elvis. And yeah, it's my problem. I have a lot of problems with it. First off, I like Elvis. Okay, he paved the way for a lot of things, but they made this cartoon, and it's it's ultra violent, which I'm all right with that with cartoons. It's an adult cartoon, right. But yeah, it just seems weird. It seems like a weird cartoon. They have different characters from, there's an episode where he fights off the deranged hippies of Charles Manson. Um, and it's there's two characters that are annoying, and it's going to sound bad, but they're just annoying. One of them is a lady agent, and she's very like condescending and very like she's basically she's a bitch. That's what she is. Like she's just like, oh well, you're a man, Elvis, so you do it. Like I'm a woman, and then she comes in and she cleans up a house in like 2 seconds. Okay, whatever. So she's very feminist character, very annoying feminist character. And then that lady, she was on Reno 911, and then she was also Jeffrey Dahmer's neighbor. I forget the name of the black actress. I'm sorry, I should have had it on my notes. But she's in it as like she practically raised Elvis, okay, when he was a baby. And there's a scene where she's trying to win back some of Elvis's money from a casino, and of course they have to do it. The blackjack dealer is a white man, and he's racist. Oh my God. It's like, this is a cartoon. Why are you putting all this stuff in it? I don't get the need to do all that.
Is Elvis like a spy or something? Is he working for Nixon in the show, or
kind of? No, it's kind of like a secret organization, and he's like a badass super spy kind of thing. It's kind of like a play on Archer, but you know what I mean? That's kind of where it's going. But they're adding all this shit that's not necessary. Without those two characters being the way they are, they're not likable at all. I think the show would be a pretty, decent show or whatever, but they're adding all that stupid shit in there, and it just turned me off from it. I don't know why they have to add it. I don't know. You don't know? You don't have any rebuttal?
They want to. Here's the problem with, I won't say Hollywood. I'll say with a lot of entertainment, because it's music and stuff too. They want to cater to everybody because they feel they'll make more money, they'll get more fans or whatever. They want to cater to everybody, and it's like you can't. You have to.
But you can. But why do you have to make the people that you're catering to their characters like you don't like them? You don't. I don't like them. I don't know. Someone might.
If you want Group A, Group B, and Group C to watch your stuff, and Group A is the larger one, but you're catering more to B and C, you're going to lose A. So you're still going to lose. That's why you should, if you have an idea for something like the Elvis and you like this character you've created, create something new with that character in it, and cater it to the people who want to see that kind of thing, So
I don't think anybody wants to see that kind of thing. I don't think anybody does. Let's go back to, rightfully so. Top Gun was like the top movie of that time, for those months. It was because you didn't have all that mixture of shit. You had a true story about this, this story about the pilot and everybody's, favorite pilot Maverick. And it was a fun movie and everybody enjoyed it. And it just showed how much everybody enjoyed it. But then you go and you take these shows and you make the characters, like I said, don't make them annoying. Get your point across. But when it's just oversaturated with it, like, why did the blackjack dealer have to be racist towards this woman? Why? It served no purpose of the story. It didn't.
Right.
Like she could have just won the money back, but no, they had to have like, I'm going to show this racist motherfucker about this and that, and it was like, why are you even putting that in there? Why did you even go a different route with it where she can get his money? Right. I don't know. It's little things like that I catch on to. So yeah, that's what I thought of Agent Elvis, and I tried to like it. I tried to watch. It was just so super annoying. And the woman agent, she's awful. She's an all human being.
Now, did they license any of the music, or is it
that helps? That helps. There's his original, music, and they have him on stage performing and stuff, and then they have like this backstory where he learned, like he does the karate thing. They were having it where he's having flashbacks and he thinks he's back when they're doing experiments on him somewhere. I don't know the full story yet, and I don't think I will, because I was 3 episodes in and I got annoyed by these characters, these side characters that were super annoying.
Well, then, I mean, what do you know? It's a shame too, because if you were enjoying it at first, it's like that. That's what I'm saying. They kill their own. You can kill your own product if you're not careful.
Well, and if someone wants to rebut me and say, no, I don't know what you're talking about, that's fine. I mean, but this is my opinion. When you are just outright just attacking one side, and it's supposed to be it's a freaking adult cartoon, man. Like, well, you don't have to be so serious, especially when his sidekick monkey is killing people and acting like a human. You don't have to make it that real.
No.
I'll get off my soapbox on that. I didn't know if you happen to watch it or not. I entertained it, so yeah.
I like it. I like Elvis. I love his music and this, that, and the other. I love his movie. I got a box set of some of his movies, but I don't know if I'll give it a try. But I don't know. I'm picky about my Elvis. Like if they make him look too goofy or too bad, I'll be like, I look at it, well, if Elvis was alive today, how would he feel? You know what I mean? And so, I'm an Elvis snob. I have this image of him and I don't like it getting tarnished.
I will say in the cartoon, Elvis does hate hippies still. So,
well, there's some realism right there.
Oh man. So yeah, that was that. I was just curious. So if anybody saw it, let me know in the comments, or send us a message or something, and let us know how you feel about the Elvis cartoon, especially if you're a big fan of Elvis. And let us know what you think about that. And maybe just tell us I'm gonna avoid it because it's on Netflix. I don't know.
Yeah, there are some people who just won't watch Netflix. I mean, I should be one of those people because they're idiots over there all of a sudden, but it's like crack. I can't stop. I can't,
Yeah, I'm finding myself less and less watching Netflix and more watching like Paramount Plus and Amazon Prime. I've kind of went that direction because, like I said, Netflix and their content, it's really suffering. They're not really making stuff that's, I don't think, pretty good, or very good.
Right.
And anything they do have that is actually decent came from like network TV before when they canceled it, and the fans are like, bring it back. So Netflix, we'll bring it over here.
See, my weakness with Netflix is I'll go a span without watching it, and then I'll be like, we should cancel it. And then boom, there'll be a kick-ass documentary. I'll be like, son of a bitch. Like I just recently watched the documentary about the missing plane. I wanted to see that. Yeah, I watched that one and I was like, damn, that was good. And then they just released Wednesday a documentary on Waco. I'm like, damn it. So it's like their documentaries, whoever, the people that do their documentaries, they do a great job. But for me, it's the original stuff the last animated thing from them that I really liked. And then they canceled it already. Was that F is for Family. I'll put you through a fucking wall. I love that. I love that one. It was like an R-rated King of the Hill. You know what I mean? It felt realistic to me, except it was, very aggressive, but.
Well, it has Bill Burr as the voice of the dad. So yeah. I just pulled it up. Cody Robbins says, I had high hopes for Agent Elvis. I did too, buddy. I did too. I'll tell you, form your own opinion on it. Form your own opinion.
Was it? Do you know if it's based? Is it based on is there a comic book called Agent Elvis, or is this just an original idea?
I think it was an original idea. Priscilla is a executive producer or a producer or something like that on it.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, that's why they get to use his original music in it. So, I mean, it's still a funny part. But
Priscilla, she has the keys. I thought she died. Priscilla did.
No, the daughter did. Lisa.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Lisa did. Yeah. So Priscilla owns the keys to the kingdom then, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she does. So, going back to what you said, I thought it was a TV show about Waco. It's actually a documentary. How many documentaries do we need on Waco? Do we need more?
I don't know. This one looked different. It has a lot of the survivors, and it looks like it's
really?
yeah. It's got some of the survivors, and from the way the trailer was put together, I could be wrong because it was just a trailer I watched, but the way they put the trailer together, it's not a one-sided documentary. I think there's people on there who are survived. Some of the survivors still have the beliefs they had, and it seemed like they were up. They didn't have to murder him, and so it might not be that bad of a documentary because it's not. You know how a lot of documentaries are one-sided. It's
Yes.
like for Trump, I can see here coming in the future, we're going to have tons of Trump documentaries, and 9 out of 10 of them are going to be like not fair. They're going to be all hating on him and not having the other side. I like documentaries where I like both sides because that's how I make my decision, not from a one-sided conversation, but from a two-sided conversation. So it looked like this one is a two-sided. There's actually going to be people there who still believe, in the stuff David Koresh was talking about. And, they were, it's like fucking government didn't have to murder him. So I am going to watch it because I'm very curious. So there's been a lot of documentaries, but I think this one might be the documentary, but I could be wrong.
I totally agree with you on some of these documentaries. The ones that are, they're neutral. They show both sides of it. I do agree with that. And, I watched that documentary on January 6th on HBO, and it was just total, there's more to this story. You can't just put these people out there and then just have it like one side, this is terrible and all this stuff. And then they, now we're getting more and more information. The old shaman was let in the building and, kind of like the security's like, come this way. And it's funny how we don't hear about this guy anymore. We don't hear about most of these people anymore. So was it a legit thing, or was this just a big theater production? And they got innocent people caught in the crossfire, and now they're looked on as evil. That's why I like.
Yeah, that's why I like two-sided. I don't
exactly.
If I wanted, there's like I saw, like somebody said to me a long, long time ago. There's 3 sides to a story. There's this side, that side, and then there's the middle. Yeah. I like to get all my facts, and even after I watch a documentary that has both sides talking, I still go and search and try to learn more than just what I heard. But at least it's hard you can't make a good decision. I personally don't believe anybody can make a good decision without all the facts. And, you go to a documentary and all they want to do is blast and blast and blast. You don't get all the facts. Now, I'm not so dumb that I don't okay. Well, I want to see both sides on Jeffrey Dahmer because maybe there was there's certain documentaries where I don't need both sides. I know, but I don't, well, Jeffrey had has anybody ever said, well, Jeffrey had a troubled childhood? I mean, that poor guy. I don't blame him that he wanted to gnaw on somebody's leg. He was messed. No, there's no side. There's only one side to that story.
Yeah, he wasn't on a plane crash in the Alps. I mean, he was
right.
There was
do I personally think Koresh was a wacko? I think he was, but it doesn't mean that you have to kill the fucking guy. Doesn't mean you have to kill a whole building full of grown men, women, and children because he's insane. That's what I'm saying when it comes to like Waco and hell, even Ruby Ridge is much, you can't, some people have issues. You can't just go in there guns a-blazing because you're the government and, oh, well, it's okay. We're the government. We know what's right for you. I mean, you can't do that. It's like, should David still be alive? Yes. Should he be in prison? Well, that's up to a court to decide, but death, no one deserves to die. They don't. They just don't. I think that whole situation was fucked up.
Oh, it was. And I just want to make clear, I didn't appreciate any of the destruction of property and everything over the last 2 years, no matter what side it was for. I am totally against that. And that's messed up and that's wrong. There's ways to go about things. So I'm not going to say I don't want someone to misconstrue me, or like, oh, Poe was for January. No. I don't agree with going and destroying property, especially property that our grandparents and people with them paid for that shit. I mean, that's our money. Like, stop destroying shit, please.
Yeah.
That's our money. We paid for that as taxpayers. We paid for all that stuff. Calm down. But I have my opinions on all that stuff. But my main thing is there's a lot of things that could have happened different to where people got calmed down, and it was just more. I really do think heavily involved was our government in pouring gasoline on an already out of control fire, and it just went from there. And that's in any kind of destruction that happened over the last 2 years. So
as soon as I'm glad you said that, because when you were talking about that, in the back of my mind, all I picture is this person. Oh my God, Poe's a shaman. Oh,
no,
fuck, cancel Poe.
Information, people. We're talking about information. They give us more information. That's like you said, this is where we're coming from. There's both sides or like you said, 3 sides to a story sometimes. Get your information. Don't just listen to one talking head. That's why I try to listen to both sides of everything. And it drives you crazy because sometimes you're like, what the hell are they talking about? This is stupid, to where this side's over here saying, freedom of speech and uncensored stuff. And this side, like, no, we need to suppress this and this. And then both of them, they don't, you know what I mean? They don't mesh. It's all over the place. Get your information. And that's what we're seeing, or that's what I'm saying anyway. Yeah, I have one of the people. He's a shaman. He was there. Look at the camera.
Find the footage. Poe was there. I'm calling the FBI.
That was one crazy family reunion.
He must have been there. He's from Texas.
Yeah. God, jeez.
We're gonna succeed.
Twist it. Yeah, don't. That'll never happen. When I heard people say that, I just shake my head like, yeah, okay, no, that's not going to happen. It just won't.
No, no one's going anywhere except
our
sanity, just our sanity.
You can't teach me to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, and you can't teach me that we're one nation under God, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, secede. No, what? We're all together. Like, I thought this was the United States. Like, let's bring that back. Let's bring being united back. That's what I want. I don't want anything great again. The only way to make things great again is everybody on the, come together and let's make things right. That's all I care about. Stop arguing. These idiots, they don't care about us. I've said this a million times before. Not one of them give a shit about little Aaron in his house and his little dog and his family. They don't give a shit about me. They don't. So, anti-government. But anyway, I digress on that. Damn it, you pulled me back in the politics shit. I was trying to run away from it, and it comes back every time.
Could talk about rubbing skis. I mean,
I know. Rubbing skis. Here's another story. I thought you would enjoy this, Paul. So, there. The threesome turns violent after a woman mocks couple's genitals.
Man, you got to have a disclaimer form now for a threesome. Now you can't talk about my husband's pecker; it's a little small.
Hey,
so
let's be a little bit. Don't be too judgmental on that.
But how do we know? We don't know who. Maybe she had one vaginal lip that was larger than the other, and they laughed. It doesn't always necessarily have to be the dude. It could be the woman. She could have a really screwed up vagina. Just saying.
Oh my God! Yeah, I guess you have to have disclaimers now before you have a threesome.
Yeah, I just can't imagine going somewhere, meeting somebody, hooking up, all the 3 of them laying in bed, having a good old time pre-nudity, And then off come the clothes, the snickering starts, and then the stabbing starts. Like, what the fuck? This is not how my night was supposed to go. And I think I read this one. They both stabbed her. It's like the wife and the husband, or boyfriend. Yeah, it was like, whoever. I kind of want to see the genitals. Was it worth killing over? I mean,
Well, let's read a little bit of what was going on here. Another Florida story. Congratulations, Florida! You made it twice on this show. Oh my God! A couple ended up in handcuffs. Not the fuzzy kind, really, and not the fuzzy kind. Let me read like a fucking hokey. A couple ended up in handcuffs, and not the fuzzy kind. After inviting a disrespectful woman over for a threesome. According to police, officer received a complaint on March 6th from a woman named Della Draper, 29, who claimed to have been beaten by a couple after she accepted an invitation to join them in the house for a threesome. Stephen Lopez, 31, met Draper while working as a taxi driver. Lopez said he was in an open relationship with Angela Vasquez, 20 years old, and invited her over to have sex with him. During sex, Velasquez claimed that Draper became very disrespectful toward the couple and told police. She told Stephen he had a little dick. His wife had a stank kitty cat.
She didn't take a shower before the threesome, but yet she's disrespectful for talking about his little winky. Take a damn shower, God.
The couple asked Draper to leave the house, but she retreated to the couch and refused to move. Draper and Lopez grabbed her by the hair, threw her against the wall, and the couple threw her outside. Then she claimed that Velasquez then repeatedly punched her. However, the couple's version of events, Draper got in the car and then reversed towards the door of the home where the couple was standing, striking Vasquez on the leg. Lopez then picked up a cinder block and threw it through the back window of the vehicle. Draper then returned the house. I mean, come on. This is like a long-ass story here. Draper then returned to the house and tried to punch Vasquez, but missed, and Vasquez said she returned the blow, knocking Draper to the ground and telling her to leave the property. Wow. So, yeah, it turned pretty violent.
Okay, so it's not the story that I read, because the one I read was a threesome with the stabbing, but still.
But that's pretty.
So what I've learned from this is we all need adjectives on our IDs so people know which ones are disrespectful and which ones are assholes. And we also need to put our penis size on our ID so we don't get embarrassing. And women got to keep that shit clean.
Yeah. I just think it's funny. Like he's got a tiny dick and your kitty cat smells like that meme I shared, which you take your panties off and it smells like a turtle tank or something. I shared it on the Near Too Well Tavern group. It was funny. Wow. So that's the crazy world we live in. Well, sir, go ahead.
I have to say this though. If you have a small pecker, you should just get used to it, because there's no sense if you're going to beat everybody up, then you're going to beat up everybody, because if you have a small pecker, you're stuck. You're stuck. You just got to make the best of it. And if you're a skilled person and you can do things right, no one will give two shits that your pecker is small. So learn other skills, my friend. Learn other skills. Am I talking from experience? I don't know. But just learn other skills.
I'll never tell.
It's a secret.
I agree.
But after this episode, I am going to go buy some skis.
Yeah. Well, you got snow. You're like, honey, stand at the bottom of this little snow hill I made.
Yeah. Put these on. Oh my.
Oh my God. Let's go into our little shameless plugs here real quick. Of course, Grandpa's playlist is out. Two episodes out. Well, the trailer is pretty much an episode. Well, then you also got the Twisted Sister one, and that's going to be. I mean, just go and listen to it. It's great stuff on Spotify. We got the Backwoods Horror Show with Cody and Travis on Monday night. They will be going live. It'll be on their YouTube channel, and I think we're even going to stream it to their group. So stay tuned for that. Those guys love their horror movies, and they're rednecks just like me. So check them out. And of course, Father Mahoney's House of Horrors will be coming up this next week as well. And I know, Paul, we've been talking, and you got some awesome ideas for future episodes of the Grandpa's playlist. But you also are going to have a live show, kind of like what we do here. You want to tell kind of where your mind is on that? Tell our audience here.
It's going to be called Grandpa's World. That way I don't pigeonhole myself into just talking about certain things. So I'll be able to talk about anything. And, you know, if I want to talk about small dicks, I'll talk about small dicks. If I want to talk about Gwyneth Paltrow's hot skis, I'll talk about her hot skis. So it's just going to be a generalized, you know, just old men, you know, an old man yelling at the clouds. So I got that, you know, I'm trying to get everything worked out for that. So I got that I'm working on. And then, of course, this week I'm going to be filming my new music moment for B Movie TV. And this week, this episode, I'm reaching out to the ladies in the audience out there in B Movie TV. And I'm going with Bon Jovi's Slippery When Wet. Because like I told my wife, if you show me one woman who didn't think Bon Jovi was the hottest guy on the planet, even if they didn't like Bon Jovi's music. Oh, I don't like Bon Jovi's music, but I'd sleep with him. So I'm doing Bon Jovi for the ladies because the ladies love Bon Jovi.
Oh yeah. Awesome. Good stuff all around. Good stuff. Of course, we're going to plug our buddies. I don't know. It should be hopefully it'll be streaming soon somewhere, but yes, support our buddy Morgan Wellborn, Hellfire on the Run. Very fun movie. We did a script reading, table reading, and that was fun. I was a part of that, and I believe it's on his YouTube channel. So check out Morgan Wellborn. He's on Facebook, the Many Faces of the Books, and go check him out and see what he's up to. Of course, our buddy Ken, B Movie TV again. We'll plug it again. We'll plug it till we die. But he also has Live in Media, and he has some cool movies coming out. And watch him, follow B Movie TV, subscribe to their actually it's now Live in Media on YouTube. So go to Live in Media and you'll keep up with all of his stuff. And of course, Aaron Hawkins with Evil Lurks, still doing awesome, still getting on other platforms. Check out Evil Lurks. It's on Tubi, it's on Apple, and I think there's another one. I can't remember. I can't say the name of the Momentu or whatever. So go check it out. I have the app on my Roku, so it is a legit channel, and it has some cool independent stuff on it if you're into that. So I just wanted to talk, let you know about that. And of course, we're just going to do that again because I like that picture. Yeah, you look so happy.
I was. Those were my happy days.
Oh my God. Anyway, folks, thank you for joining us on this fine Sunday morning. Of course, we missed old Joey, and I had something I wanted to bring up, and he's not here, so we'll have to do it next time because he's our conspiracy guy. But anyway, everybody, have a great Sunday, and we will talk at you later. See you next Sunday. And here it is.
Amazing!